Lost him. And you know what? It was just about to get good, too. It was just getting good. We lost
Should
him.
we take the break and maybe he'll call back? I don't know.
You know what? We can take the break, and we can see if Ethan can reconnect with him, because I want to hear where he goes with that answer. I don't know. CJ, I'm just saying, we just started bringing up some deep stuff, and then it gets cut off. Is the Illuminati listening to the show? Just saying.
Welcome back to the show. 3 minutes away from 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
That's it. I'm going home.
Dang, man.
See ya.
I wouldn't even be on the air on any of our stations before 8 o'clock. I don't know where that came from. Reading, it's hard.
Well, I think when you have a... I'll say in all candor, when you're in a foreign country and a monkey in a diaper sitting on your head, you're asking for trouble.
Discussion can end there. That's right. Boom. It's a definitive statement on the issue. Now we move on.
So how many times have you thought about that was a bad idea that I had a monkey on my head since you had the monkey on your head?
Every time I go visit Dr. Pellegrino, my personal doctor. Do you know what it's like to tell your doctor that?
Well, Doc, I also had a monkey. Excuse me? Had a monkey on my head with a diaper on. I bet you that's the first time Dr. Ron has ever heard that one. He's probably heard a lot of things.
He's heard a lot. Yeah, Dr. Ron has.
He's one of the great West Virginians. He's up there from the Northern Panhandle.
He's awesome.
Tremendous.
Yeah, Dr. Ron. Good dude.
We were talking in my office a little earlier, and a phrase that Ryan used that I was really kind of gobsmacked over. He started a sentence with me. He said, "We were watching football on Thursday."
I know, he did the same thing to me. He did this. Is this like Earth 2?
I said, what?
He came back and started telling me about the Cowboys and the Chiefs game.
know,
You
I
were
know.
watching the Lions game on Thanksgiving Day.
Well,
What happened? What happened to our little Ryan?
Well, when my Uncle Bill and my Uncle Chris asked if I want to watch football with them, I don't say no.
Okay.
So,
Because I'm not I'm not a recluse anymore.
so if you have uncles that are big sports fans, do you get some creds? Are you like, hey, I'm actually you want to kind of sports show? It's syndicated.
Well, I don't.
Statewide.
Well, I don't want this to be a sports show.
Second game this season that Honors had 8 threes. Second time he's had 8 threes, and his coach has pulled him out with over 4 minutes to go.
You're up 40.
Yeah, but coach just does not want to see him get that record.
There may have been a discussion about that on exactly where he was in the number.
Did you let him know this time?
But there was a discussion about where he was with the number. But at the end of the day, Ross decided the juice not worth the squeeze there. With 3.5 minutes left is when he pulled him out after the timeout there. And listen, that's a guy with a lot of minutes on his in his body. You need to rest him. But 2 out of 11, you got to think maybe he's going to approach that again. Here's what's wild. In those 2 games where he's just been one off of Alex Ruoff's record, he's now a combined 16 of 20 from 3 in those 2 games. So he didn't just make 8 threes, guys. He was 8 of 11 last night. He was 8 of 9 when he did it before. 16 of 20 combined in those 2 games.
Across this great state of West Virginia, welcome in high school game nights. I chuckle a little bit, folks, because it said early edition.
As compared to the
Only
rest
edition.
of the edition, yeah.
Yeah. Tonight is going to be interesting, to say the least.
10 seconds remaining.
It's going to be a direct snap here.
Snap back. It's Tyler. Tyler fakes the run. He throws. He's got an open man. Pass top 10. 5. End zone. It's a touchdown. Pulled in by Nestor. 3 seconds left.
Are you kidding me with the play call right there by Kevin Whiteman? Again, forget the game-winning field goal. Whiteman says, we're going to try and win this thing right now. The direct snap to Tyler sucked everybody up, and Nestor slips behind. What an unbelievable gutsy play call, and then perfect execution by these Falcons.
You had a moment of clarity about when it all started to make sense for you?
It did, because I didn't want to be a filmmaker growing up. I didn't even know what filmmaking was growing up. I used to watch Oprah and Katie Couric, and that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a journalist. I wanted to be you. And I worked at West Virginia University's radio station, had a very thick accent. People would call in and make fun of me. And so I asked my roommates, my college roommates who were from Baltimore, to teach me how to talk differently.
Really?
Yeah. it's a loss, I feel, from that. And it's probably one of the reasons why I love documenting people that are authentic. Like, I don't know if I'm authentic, but I think the people I find are very authentically who they are, and that's what draws me to them.
Live from West Virginia's capital city with news from across the state. This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law, with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and Metro News' Dave Allen.
Welcome into the 2 o'clock hour, the final hour. It's Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Stephanie Pauly, Ryan Nicholson, our producer today. We'll get to Open Line, West Virginia, coming up at the bottom of the hour. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. But now it's time for Mayor Monday. It's Metro News Midday.
Metro News Midday is presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com. Join in by calling 800-765-8255 or text 304-TALK-304. Let's go live to downtown Charleston. Here's Dave Allen.
It's a Monday edition of Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Open line, West Virginia, bottom of the hour, 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. It is Groundhog Day. Punxsutawney Phil up in Pennsylvania and French Creek Freddie in West Virginia, both declaring that winter is going to be sticking around. But we found some who beg to differ with that. So we're going to go with the ones that beg to differ. Matter of fact, looking ahead for what it's worth, and the meteorologist will tell you can't always go by that, but a week from tomorrow, sunny and 53 here in the Kanawha Valley. Just holding on hope to that. Mention this. We'll get to Mayor Monday momentarily, but I did mention this at the close of last hour, and we have ourselves a situation here at our flagship in Charleston, 1111 Virginia Street East in Charleston. Our man Chris Lawrence, Mr. Outdoors and co-host of the West Virginia Morning News, has got a flat tire in the parking lot here in its truck, and because of the ice, they can't get the jack under the truck. So my man Rob Reel from our sister station 96.1 KWS sends me a text and says, let's test the power of radio. So if anybody is in the Charleston area right now and could help Chris out, he certainly would appreciate it. You know, again, he's on our parking lot, 1111 Virginia Street East, downtown Charleston. Cannot get the jack under the truck because of the amount of ice that is out there. So just throwing it out there, if anybody is available here in the Charleston area, Chris could probably use your help. Now, I don't know whether Chris is willing to pay. I mean, probably in some sort of animal pelt or something, or some sort of substance from an animal, or he'll just give you some good hunting and fishing tips. Just saying. So, Chris, best of luck to you. I've put the call out, and hopefully we can get you some help. Every Monday on the show, we like to go around the great state of West Virginia. We like to tell you about a mayor who's doing great things in his or her town. And today we're going to go to Tucker County, and we're going to go to beautiful Davis, West Virginia, and talk to Mayor Al Tomson, who's the mayor of Davis. Good afternoon, Mayor. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Dave. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Thank you for being here. How long have you been mayor?
I've been mayor for going on 5 years.
What was it that made you want to be mayor of Davis?
Well, I think it was wanting to participate in community activities and improvements to the area for the people that live in Davis. And that's kind of the way I've always felt. I had a career in the Army, and I was always part of the community wherever we were, and I just felt like it was just a continuation of that.
How'd you end up in Davis?
Well, I was sitting in the Pentagon one day, and I read a newspaper advertisement for some property for sale in West Virginia. And I asked my wife if she wanted to make a weekend of it, and she said yes. We went to Davis. We absolutely fell in love with it. There was no place that we needed to retire, but we decided that we wanted to retire in Davis, West Virginia, so we did.
What is it about Davis that appealed to you and your wife back then?
Well, I think it's the outdoor environment and the really welcoming people of the community. Both of those really attracted us to the area.
It is a beautiful, and I haven't spent a lot of time there, but I have been to Davis. It is an absolutely beautiful town, and the people. As you mentioned, I think the people there are wonderful as well.
Well, I think, in Davis, you wouldn't have had to put an advertisement across the radio for help. In Davis, people would have just stopped and helped your associate with their tire.
Well, the problem is he's on a parking lot, though, and I don't know if people are going to see him because people are just driving by. If any of because he is Chris Lawrence, by the way. So, I mean, people would have stopped by if they would have seen him, but he's out on a parking lot right now. I think that's what the problem is. But again, we're talking to the mayor of Davis, Al Tomson, here on Mayor Monday. What's new in town these days?
Well, I think there's a lot of things that are new, and there's also a lot of things that continue. I think one of the things that I wanted to point out is that year-round, Blackwater Falls, which is in Davis, West Virginia, is one of the key attractions across all of West Virginia. And besides that, we've got world-class mountain biking that goes on in the area. So those things really are going on full speed ahead. It's winter. I agree with the mammals that you had that winter is going to stay in Davis for a while. We've got 3 ski resorts, Timberline, Canaan Valley, and Whitegrass for cross-country skiing, which is one of the best in the U.S., and that's keeping people really busy.
Talk about what the outdoors means to Davis and to Tucker County in general. I mean, because we have something in West Virginia. I had the Tourism Secretary, Chelsea Ruby, on the show last week, Mayor, and she talked about how what we have in West Virginia in various places are something that the rest of the country wants. But what you've got in Davis is something the rest of West Virginia wants.
Well, and we do. I've already mentioned the skiing and the mountain biking. We've got fishing, we've got hunting, we've got water activities. So, just about anything that an individual wants, they can partake in. And we look at Davis as being, really the preeminent gateway to the outdoor adventure lifestyle in West Virginia.
Talk about the business climate in Davis.
Business is going really well. As Chelsea Ruby mentioned, we're a tourist economy in West Virginia, and in particular in Tucker County. And I would mention is, we've got longtime favorite businesses like Sirianni's Pizza and Italian food. We've got the Billy Motel with the Ish Kitchen, Milo's Restaurant, Big Belly Deli, and we've got a new restaurant that just opened, Moguls, which is upscale dining. And those are things that are really feeding the business community in Davis. And Hellbenders, which has been a crowd favorite, has been closed for over a year, reopened yesterday.
Wow.
So
okay.
That's something that I'm going to sure please a lot of people with that announcement.
Well, we'll have to make note of that. We'll have our producer, Stephanie, make note of that because, every Friday, Mayor, we do a segment here on the show called The Lunch Spot. And we've had people have asked us about Hellbenders. So you're saying it just opened, it just reopened, right?
Just reopened yesterday, and crowds are forming as we speak.
Now, I would be remiss because I try to keep these things very positive, but I would be remiss if I did not bring up the situation with the mine closure that happened last week. How are you folks preparing to adapt to that?
Well, one, it's very traumatic for everybody, and it's a human crisis that 200 miners are going to be out of work, as well as other employees that are support businesses that help the mine operate. And we're very concerned with the livelihood of these people. What are they going to be able to do as an alternative for employment? How do they provide for their families and things like that? So we're going to keep an eye on it as a community. As I said earlier, we're a very welcoming, caring community. And, if there's food insecurity and things like that, we'll all step up to make sure that, these people are taken care of as best we can.
Throughout the year, Mayor, what kind of fairs, festivals, gatherings does Davis have?
Well, we've got a couple of things. Probably the big thing that we have is in the last weekend of September, we have the Leaf Peepers Festival, which goes on. And then also in the area between Thomas and Davis, we have Art Spring around Memorial Day weekend. The two big things, and Thomas has some fly fishing tournaments, so those are going on. But I would be remiss if I didn't say that for adults, we have 2 award-winning breweries, Stumptown Ale and Big Timber in Davis, and we have a distillery called New Heritage Distillery, and a 3rd brewery is being built as we speak. So for adults, there's going to be a lot of things that they can partake in Davis.
And it's amazing how popular things around the state of West Virginia, breweries, as you mentioned, and distilleries, wineries. It really is amazing how the popularity of these things over the years.
Well, I find that there's a lot of synergy between the businesses. People come here for the outdoor adventure, but then they want to partake in the different restaurants and distilleries and breweries that we have. And there's this great synergy amongst all of them that, comes together. And it's great. We love it.
Talking again to the mayor of Davis, Al Tomson, on the Mayor Monday. What's on your wish list for the town, Mayor?
Well, the things that I've put in requests for funding. One is to build a pedestrian bridge that will allow people and bicycles to be connected from Davis across the Blackwater River directly to Blackwater Falls State Park. So that's something I've put in for a power grant through the Appalachian Region Commission. We're waiting to hear about that. And I'm working with some other people to build a trail that basically will connect Davis and Thomas, the 3 miles that right now goes along Highway 32 and is too dangerous for people to walk and bicycle on. So we're looking at a bicycle and pedestrian path as well as a ATV path right next to it so that we can keep those communities separate but give each of them an opportunity to transit back and forth between the 2 communities. So that's what I'm hoping to do.
How do you sell the town to people? Because you said you and your wife, ended up there because you saw an ad in the newspaper about some land, some property for sale, and you fell in love with the place. When you're trying to sell the community, either on people moving there or people visiting there or businesses to come there, what's your big selling point for Davis?
Well, Dave, it's really easy for me. All I need to do is get people to visit one time. And that one visit makes all the difference in the world between being a welcoming community and having amenities that people can partake in, as well as the natural beauty of the area. We found that during COVID, we were inundated with people that were escaping Washington, D.C., because they wanted the outdoors, the space, the air, that they could breathe freely. And we had people fall in love with the area, and tourism took a real spike after COVID, and we still feel the impact of that.
All right, Mayor, final question before we let you go. We do this with every mayor every week on Mayor Monday. It's very simple. It's not timed, but we put it out there. Give me 30, 40 seconds somewhere in that general vicinity. If you come to Davis, the one thing that you need to see or do or take part in is what?
There's too many things to just focus on.
Narrow it down to a couple then.
Say, Blackwater Falls, I think everybody needs to see it. It's 60 feet high. It's beautiful year-round, whether it's iced over like it is now or it's roaring after a torrential downpour. It's just a spectacle to behold. And right now, I would say anybody that's interested in winter activities, we are definitely one of the places that people should come and visit.
All right. The mayor of Davis, Al Tomson, I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to be with us today. Thanks a lot, and enjoy the rest of winter, because I think it's going to stick around for a while. But that's welcome in Davis, right?
Well, Canaan Valley was the coldest temperature in the lower 48 states, both yesterday and the day before, both with minus 27 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay,
so
well,
we have winter for sure.
Mayor, keep doing great things there. We'll talk soon. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dave. I appreciate it. Goodbye.
Absolutely. Mayor Al Tomson of Davis in Tucker County. I am not much of a winter person, but when you start talking about the temperatures we've had in West Virginia here recently, makes me even more not a winter person. But anyway, we still got more winter to go. Hey, I appreciate, again, Mayor Tomson for being with us on the Mayor Monday segment. If you'd like to nominate a mayor from your town or a town that you like to visit. We give about a 15 or 20-minute little commercial for their town here because the whole concept behind this is we want to tell West Virginia's story, and we want the mayors to tell the story for us. And every mayor I've had on going back since last March when we started doing this show, I haven't had a single mayor yet that turned down an opportunity to talk about their town and to sell it to the rest of the state and wherever people are listening to us or watching us on Metro News TV during this hour, or they're listening to us. They love to sell their towns. If you'd like to nominate your mayor from this town that you live in, or maybe if you are a mayor and you want to do the segment, it's real simple. Drop me an email, midday@wvmetronews.com. It's midday@wvmetronews.com. You can reach out to either Amanda or myself on social media. For me, it's Facebook. It's Dave Allen Radio. It's Dave Allen Radio on Facebook, or at Dave A70 on X. Open Line West Virginia coming up at the bottom of the hour. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number, 1-800-765-TALK. Or you could text 304-TALK 304. Haven't had an update in a while on the Chris Lawrence situation in our parking lot here in downtown Charleston. We're at 1111 Virginia Street, East Charleston. Chris with a flat tire. Normally for a big old hoss like Chris Lawrence, that wouldn't be a problem. However, can't get the jack under the truck because of the ice cover that's out there. So if somebody could help Chris out, 1111 Virginia Street East in Charleston, if you're in the area, I'm sure he would appreciate it. 2:21, we'll take a break and come back after this.
Brighten your mornings with Tudor's $5 Sunrise Specials. Enjoy our Mary B, egg, crispy bacon, and cheese on our buttery biscuit, loaded with more bacon than the rest. Or try the Ron, featuring a bigger, hearty sausage patty topped with egg and cheese on a biscuit so delicious you'll savor every bite. Each combo comes with crispy hash browns and your choice of coffee or iced tea, all for just $5. Warm up winter mornings with this hot deal. Available for a limited time.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Small businesses had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
You want to know what West Virginia is talking about?
It's good to be back in Morgantown today.
Now it's different.
I think it's mostly just business.
What I voted for and what I think makes the most sense.
Well, Dave, this has been a bit of a controversy.
I want to thank the caller last week that said I sounded like Hoppy Kercheval. That was flattering.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line on Metro News Television.
Start your new year off right with a new ride from Dan Cava GMC. Come explore our 2026 GMC Acadias. Spacious, smooth, and made for everyday life. It's truly a fan favorite. Drive into winter with a new 2026 GMC Sierra, now up to $12,000 off, or lease as low as $499 a month. So upgrade your ride this year with us at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop Thora.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership.
We now feature a full line of sleek Suzuki street bikes and four-wheelers.
We're now offering the innovative riding experience of Benda motorcycles. The next step in motorcycle evolution with all-electric Zero high-performance bikes. We've now got Segway vehicles starting as low as $10,000. Come in and check out our great selection of high-quality Benelli and Royal Enfield bikes. Visit Trojan Landing in Charleston, now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Welcome back to the show, 226 Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Open line West Virginia coming up at the bottom of the hour. 1-800-765-TALK, 1-800-765-8255, or you can text me, 304-TALK, 304. The state's premier outdoor sports show is back and bigger than ever. The 24th annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show, presented by Can-Am, returns to Island Park in Morgantown Saturday and Sunday, March the 7th and the 8th. Over 100,000 square feet of everything that is outdoors. Over 200 vendors, all on not all on the roof. That would be a different kind of show, all under one roof. Complete details at WVOutdoorsportsShow.com, WVOutdoorsportsShow.com, a WVRC media event. And again, as we get closer to this big event, we're over a month away, we will be giving you all kinds of updates from up there. Of course, several of our stations will be broadcasting live from there. We'll check in from time to time with the fine folks up there. As I mentioned earlier, I had an opportunity to attend that event for not this past year, but prior to that, 2 years in a row up there, and it's something. I mean, it really, really is. I mean, 100,000 square feet of everything that is outdoors, and looking forward to seeing you there Saturday and Sunday, March the 7th and the 8th. No further update on Chris Lawrence, other than the fact that I understand that we do have a tow truck en route right now, and if you're joining us late, Chris, co-host of the Morning News, and, of course, Mr. Outdoors in these parts, went outdoors to get in his truck to go home, and his truck had a flat tire. Normally for Chris, that wouldn't be a problem. I mean, Chris would just lift up the bumper of the truck with one arm and change it with the other arm and be on his way. However, because of the ice gathering that's on our parking lot here, he had he had a little difficult time getting the jack under the truck. And had a couple guys out there trying to help him, and it didn't to little or no avail, as they said. So he's got help on the way, from what we understand. Let's go back to the legislature for a moment. I was just perusing the socials earlier, and Delegate Hollis Lewis, who serves out of Kanawha County here, did a post on his social media, and I'll just read it directly, and then maybe it'll spur some text or phone calls when we get to Open Line West Virginia. This is from Delegate Lewis. It says, "My first of many bills for the 2026 session raises the minimum wage from $8.25 to $11. He goes on to say, while I recognize this is not a dramatic increase, it is a meaningful start, especially for those entering the workforce. This is also a quality of life issue, providing working people with additional income to cover bills and to spend at local businesses." That, according to Delegate Hollis Lewis, who posted that about 10, 15 minutes or so ago on social media. We'll work to get Delegate Lewis on the show to talk about that. The discussion when it comes to raising the minimum wage, whether in West Virginia or anywhere, is as it comes to businesses. Businesses say they simply cannot afford it because of the how low minimum wage is in certain areas. Many prospective workers say they can't afford to go to work. So therein lies the problem. And then you also get into this thing especially with larger companies, when they just say, well, we'll just cut back on people. And when you go to your McDonald's or your Starbucks or whatever, you won't be served by a human. You'll just be served by a machine. So it's the back and forth, but we'll work to get Delegate Hollis Lewis on the show to talk about it. We are coming up on 2:30. Open Line West Virginia is coming up. Stay with us. And now we'll go to the Metro News anchor desk for a check of local news. You're listening to Midday on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Jeff Jenkins. The Willow Island Lock and Dam remains closed on the Ohio River.
The lockmaster closed the facility last week when ice became so thick it would not allow the gates of the lock chamber to close and fill properly. Now there isn't much tugboat captains can do but sit and watch as ice forms around their vessels and barges. Anna Marie Ward is spokesperson for the Corps of Engineers Huntington District.
We currently have a queue of approximately 14 vessels waiting to go through that lock chamber once we get back open. But right now, we're just stuck.
Ward said they're hoping the temperatures forecast to go into the mid-30s this week will finally get above freezing and enable the work to restart. She added all of the locks and dams on the Ohio River are dealing with ice issues, but Willow Island is the only one to have to close. I'm Chris Lawrence, WVMetroNews.com.
Another kind of ice, an ICE enforcement officer says a recent surge in West Virginia that included 600 arrests of people allegedly illegally in the U.S., including a number of arrests in the big cities of West Virginia, was a success. ICE Philadelphia officer Michael Rose says he's not surprised by the number of arrests.
I don't think there are many places in the country that are not impacted by it. So it was a large number. And look, West Virginia is kind of in the crossroads of everything.
Those targeted areas included Charleston, Huntington, Martinsburg, and Wheeling. You can read more at WVMetroNews.com. State lawmakers meeting this afternoon at the Capitol. Committee meeting scheduled. You're listening to Metro News for 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Brighten your mornings with Tudor's $5 sunrise specials. Enjoy our Mary B, egg, crispy bacon, and cheese on our buttery biscuit, loaded with more bacon than the rest. Or try the Ron, featuring a bigger, hearty sausage patty topped with egg and cheese on a biscuit so delicious you'll savor every bite. Each combo comes with crispy hash browns and your choice of coffee or iced tea, all for just $5. Warm up winter mornings with this hot deal. Available for a limited time.
I'm Chris Lawrence, and the great outdoors is coming inside. Join me at the 24th Annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show presented by Can-Am, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. More than 100,000 square feet of fishing gear and hunting supplies, outfitters and charter boats, ATVs, campers and tractors, guns, knives, and much more, all under one roof. An outdoorsman's paradise. The West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show, March 7th and 8th in Morgantown. A WVRC media event.
Lincoln County Schools confirmed there was a swatting call in the county today. It was made to Lincoln County High School. It came from a phone number in California. Swatting is when a false emergency is reported, like a school shooting, to cause full response by law enforcement. Lincoln County school officials say they brought all of their students to the cafeteria, swept the school, confirmed there was nothing there. The kids were sent home early. There was also a swatting call today at DuPont Middle School in Kanawha County. The school was checked, nothing found. Kids were not sent home. From the Metro News anchor desk, I'm Jeff Jenkins.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com.
Welcome back to the show. 26 minutes away from 3 on a Monday afternoon. It's Groundhog Day, and we are expecting Punxsutawney Phil and French Creek Freddie both said that winter will be sticking around for 6 more weeks. Concord Charlie down at Concord University said, not so much, not so quick, not so fast, my friends, in the words of Lee Corso. So we'll see what happens. I can tell you that most of West Virginia, actually a great part of West Virginia, is under a winter weather advisory for tomorrow. Not the entire state, but areas to the north of where we are here in the Charleston area. We're expecting some snow, possibly mixing with some rain, and then another event coming up Friday and Saturday. But, man, I was looking ahead to next week for what it's worth, and meteorologist Brian Hughes would probably say, don't put too much into 1 week from now. But next week, temperatures could approach 60 one day next week. Just saying. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Let's get to the text and your phone calls. We'll Start with text. Text says, what was the emergency in D.C. that required our guard troops to be in D.C.? It seemed like they were not guarding anything but doing gardening and maintenance tasks. Is that true? Do you have any answers to my additional questions about the cost and who pays for this? It's not okay to be in other cities. If there was not an emergency in D.C., why is it okay to send our guardsmen to D.C., says a texter. Text says Democrats have no chance of winning in this state. Well, I mean, I think they have a chance or they wouldn't be running. And I didn't get to hear the entire interview with State Democratic Party Chair and Delegate Mike Pushkin, who was on Talk Line with the boys earlier today. But, his goal and the goal of the Democratic Party was to try to have somebody for every race in West Virginia. I don't know whether they actually achieved that goal, but they certainly have a lot more people on the ballot than what they have in years past. And, 2026, the midterms, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. And again, TJ talked about this in his commentary. We have a lot more Democrats running, but we also have a lot more Republicans running against each other in the primary. And it's a battle. I mean, leave the Democrats out of it for a moment. It's a battle in the Republican Party. And I have a feeling, as I alluded to in our conversation with TG, yes, I talked to TG Shepard earlier. TJ Meadows. When I talked to him, we talked to him on the show during the 12 o'clock hour, and, Reagan's famous commandment, the 11th commandment is, thou shalt not speak ill of other Republicans. I think you're going to find that going by the wayside this primary season. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Text says, so glad to see all these Democrats running for office, and I think they're going to surprise some people this year. Well, you never know. Text says, how does any registered independent with even an ounce of integrity expect or demand to vote in the primary of a party that they've already chosen to reject? 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Text says, where's the Department of Highways? It's been over a week. We still can't get out of our hollow. Text says, let's go Jeff Kessler. He's the common sense person we need to beat Shelley Capito. Text says, how many times have you heard I got you, babe? For me, 4 times. Text, okay, don't know what that means. Text says, okay, Senate Bill 16 wants my tax dollars for Hope Scholarship Bill. No guardrails on private schools. Okay, we've come full circle here. Don't use my tax dollars for that. Too much freedom with my money will lead to Trump and tar universities popping up everywhere, taking my tax dollars. In the meantime, we will have illiterate students as the owners of private school. Take the money and run. SB 216. The texter later corrected themselves to SB. Tar University. Interesting. Text says, to the person happy about all these Democrats running, do you honestly think any of them have a chance of winning? Well, as I said earlier, I mean, I think that if they look, it's an uphill climb for Democrats in West Virginia, and none of them ever ask me for advice, nor should they. But one of the ways that I could see, and this is not going to happen, as my grandma used to say, wish your want in one hand and you know what in the other one, see which one gets filled up more quickly. The only way, in my opinion, that Democrats have opportunities to win in certain areas is if they go public and denounce the National Democratic Party. Is that going to happen? No, it's not. I don't think so. I think that some have done a pretty good job of saying, well, not all Democrats are the same any more than all Republicans are the same. And look, I don't take my marching orders from anybody in the national party. I'm only concerned about local and whatever district or county they're running in or whatever. But that'd be a good start. If I were to consult one, that's one of the things that I think that I would do, because all politics is national now, and that is not going to change anytime soon. So kind of where we are. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. I could never vote for Jeff Kessler for anything, says the texter. He wasn't even smart enough to turn off the ringer on his phone during the talk line interview. I don't know. I heard the interview, and I did hear a phone going up, but I don't know if it was coming from Mr. Kessler or someone else. But I like the caller or like the texter. I did hear a phone ringing when I was listening to the interview in my office earlier today. Text says, these people can protest ICE all they want. They aren't going anywhere. And they're doing just what we voted for when we voted for this administration. Text says, Chris needs a wrecker to lift it high enough to get to the tower. I think that's the plan, as last I heard. Text says, minus 27 degrees. No, I won't be moving there, says the texter. Reference to the interview we did with Al Tomson earlier in the hour, the mayor of Davis, where he said Canaan Valley, it was at 27 below zero over the weekend. Yeah, great place to visit. I'll go there in August, with all due respect to the mayor. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Text says, Super Bowl pick, Dave? No, it's a little too early for that. I mean, I think Seattle is probably. I haven't seen the spread. I think Seattle's probably going to win it, but yeah, who knows? That'll make Dale Cooper happy, and that in turn, when Dale Cooper's happy, everybody's happy. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Text says the purpose of the Guard in D.C. is to reduce crime, and it's working, says the texter. Text says, I don't care what the groundhog says. We're in for a lot more winter. All the signs are there. Text, glad the WVU women know how to get a win over a good opponent since the men's team obviously does not. Words of the texter, not the words of Dave Allen. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. It is 18 minutes away from 3 o'clock. We'll take a break and come back after this.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Cava Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Cava, Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
On the next State of Minds.
My dad always said, don't let any one individual control your destiny, what you do, what your value is. And I wasn't about to let Paterno do that to me. I mean, it was just a phenomenal time, my first game, and to be accepted as a Mountaineer.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership.
We now feature a full line of sleek Suzuki street bikes and four-wheelers. We're now offering the innovative riding experience of Benda motorcycles. The next step in motorcycle evolution with all-electric Zero high-performance bikes. We've now got Segway vehicles starting as low as $10,000. Come in and check out our great selection of high-quality Benelli and Royal Enfield bikes. Visit Trojan Landing in Charleston, now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Poca Valley has proudly served the citizens of Roane, Kanawha, Putnam, and surrounding counties for over a century. As your trusted community bank, we're committed to building relationships and meeting your financial needs. And with the Poca Valley Visa card, you can enjoy competitive interest rates, no annual fees, and a rewarding points program, all from a bank you know and trust. Visit your local Poca Valley office to apply or call us. Poca Valley, where relationships matter. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the show. 14 minutes away from 3. It's Open Line, West Virginia. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. This I want to throw this out here from under the dome at the Capitol, which, by the way, programming notes, Meadows and Wilson back at the Capitol after a week off. They will be there Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday at the Capitol doing Talk Line live starting at 10:06. There are 2 bills that have been introduced into the legislature that are aiming to put some restrictions on high school transfer rules. One, Senate Bill 689, which would amend the existing state code to allow high school students to transfer schools during their freshman or sophomore years and then not lose athletic eligibility. In the House Bill 4759 outlines the same transfer restrictions with some added deadlines, including that the move should be made before the 30th day of the current school year. Now, WCHS Television reporting this. The House bill also lists guidelines for students seeking to transfer during their 8th grade year, requiring the move to be made before June 15th of that year in order to keep their eligibility. Students would be permitted to transfer back to their home school by June 15th in their freshman or sophomore year without losing eligibility. All transfers after June 15th of a junior or senior year would require approval from the SSAC in order to avoid losing eligibility. Now, the way the law currently reads, students can transfer at any point during their high school career without losing eligibility. The law also does not prohibit students from transferring more than once and leaves eligibility discretion up to the SSAC. Delegate Dana Farrell, who is one of the many sponsors of the House bill, had introduced similar legislation during last year's session that did not pass. He had previously said that he believes the current legislation put a lot of schools at a disadvantage. Delegate J.B. Akers agreed, saying that the current rule just seems, quote, too wide open. So, interesting stuff at the Dome. And again, Meadows and Wilson live with Talk Line Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week beginning at 10:06. Text says, Dave, I see where lawmakers want to divide our people even more with a bill to make Charlie Kirk Day in West Virginia. That should never happen. Text says, Dave, we need oversight on all schools and children, private and public schools. Stop being stupid. Enough is enough. Text says, the Democrats controlled this state for over 80 years. What do we have to show for it? Dave, says the texter, Democrats didn't have a chance in Texas, bright red district, and it was a Democrat blowout. Text, Trump says law enforcement can enter your home without a warrant. Trump has the right to take anyone's gun he sees fit. Legislature, says the texter, wants control of our local government to put restrictions on the people, says a texter. Text says, sounds like Chris needs a big boy truck. During the break, I walked out in the parking lot, and I can report that there is a flatbed out in the parking lot right now. Weekly's nodding his head yes, and that's not Dave Weekly's flatbed, I don't think. So they are trying to help Mr. Lawrence out there. Text says, Democrats calling ICE thugs because they're covering their faces. That's funny. That's what Antifa did during those peaceful protests. Text says, accidents all over 64 this morning, Dave. Why? Well, I can't explain it. When I came through around 6:30, 7 o'clock or so this morning, there weren't accidents, but there were accidents being reported afterwards. You know, the roads were wet and there were icy spots and people weren't expecting it, I guess. You know, I mean, we are here in the Kanawha Valley. We still got a lot of ice out there. And I guess people, because they didn't see snow flying, they didn't expect that it would be slick. Well, Spoiler alert, it is, and it's going to be over the next few days. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Text says the Republican primaries are going to be who can suck up to Trump the hardest, who can hate trans people the most, who can lick ICE's boots the moistest, and a whole lot of other stuff that'll keep West Virginia falling behind. And watch, we'll fall so far behind that in a few years they'll tell us we're out front. Text, the Republican Party is ruining the state and it's race to the bottom. We have to take back control. Come on, West Virginia, do the right thing. I got a news update here, and it's something that we had talked about on the local show here in Charleston. It's really kind of a sad story, and it has to do with the Kanawha County Animal Shelter here. We got reports over the weekend that there was a dog by the name of Stubbs that was shot in the head and then thrown from a car. And I first saw it posted on the Kanawha Animal Shelter social media pages yesterday evening. I've been in contact with Angie Gillenwater from the Humane Association here in Charleston. She comes on my local show every Friday with a feature we call the Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week. Angie just texted me a minute ago and said that sadly Stubbs has passed away. And for that, I would say the investigation continues. I had Charleston Mayor Amy Schuler Goodwin on the local show in Charleston here today, and somebody texted in asking if there was any video. I don't know anything more about it at this time. The only thing I can tell you is that the person that shot the dog in the head threw the dog from the car. You got a special place waiting on you. 8 minutes away from 3 on a Monday afternoon, Groundhog Day. Republicans, says the texter, thinks it's okay for law enforcement to come into our homes without a warrant. Won't happen in my home, says the texter. Text says, if you want to see what happens when Democrats are in charge, just look to Minnesota. Rampant fraud and abuse, no respect for the law. I could go on and on. Text, the Democratic Party is dead in West Virginia, and with good reason. Well, I don't think the Democratic Party is dead by any stretch of the imagination. If it were dead, then I don't think you would have as many people as what we've seen that have registered to run for office. And the filing deadline was midnight Saturday. However, there may be even more added because if people did it by mail, then as long as it was postmarked by midnight, then there may be more that would come into the county clerk's office. But to say it's dead, I would not go that far. 2:53, we'll wrap it up after this.
The Mountain State Assessment of Trends in Community Health, or MATCH, is a survey sent to 88,000 West Virginian home addresses where the information you provide can support policymakers to direct resources to help your community. If selected, you will receive the survey information and invitation in the mail. You can complete the survey online, by mail, or by phone, and you will be compensated for your time. Visit wvmatchsurvey.org for more information. Helping your community is a touchdown for West Virginia.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
You want to know what West Virginia is talking about?
It's good to be back in Morgantown today.
Now it's different.
I think it's mostly just business.
What I voted for and what I think makes the most sense.
Well, Dave, this has been a
bit of a controversy.
I want to thank the caller last week that said I sounded like Hoppy Kurtzville. That was flattering.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line on Metro News Television.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership.
We now feature a full line of sleek Suzuki street bikes and four-wheelers. We're now offering the innovative riding experience of Benda motorcycles. The next step in motorcycle evolution with all-electric Zero high-performance bikes. We've now got Segway vehicles starting as low as $10,000. Come in and check out our great selection of high-quality Benelli and Royal Enfield bikes. Visit Trojan Landing in Charleston, now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
Start your new year off right with a new ride from Dan Cava GMC. Come explore our 2026 GMC Acadias. Spacious, smooth, and made for everyday life. It's truly a fan favorite. Drive into winter with a new 2026 GMC Sierra, now up to $12,000 off, or lease as low as $499 a month. So upgrade your ride this year with us at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop Thorough.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Welcome back to the show. We got 3 minutes in front of 3 o'clock. Final text of the day. Republicans, where's the flood money from 2016? Dave Weekley is kept up on Hotline to many of these same Metro News stations. What's the report?
Good.
What's the report from the parking lot with Chris Lawrence and his truck?
The Copley tow is out there.
It's interesting because I walked out and was talking to a couple of the people out front here, and they referred to it as Copley. I have never in my
Is it Copley?
Well, no, I think it is Copley here.
Okay.
But where I'm from, it's Copley. I had never, I mean, it's Copley, I guess, here, but I don't know. That was.
Is that like a Logan Defiant pronunciation?
No, that's just the way it was pronounced. You know,
how we roll. We don't care how you roll.
How we row in Logan. Logan County, no L's needed.
Man, is there anything worse than getting your car in trouble at work?
I don't know, but it's ever happened to me.
I don't trying to get home, man.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. And I mean, Chris at this point has been here for 12 hours.
I know.
I mean, so he's ready to go
trying
home.
to work and then try to get your car.
And I said, you know, I don't know whether he could pay anyone to help him, but he could definitely. He's probably got some beaver pelt or something in the back. He could probably trade it out. You know, some bartering going on in the parking lot. But in case you're joining us late, Mr. Chris Lawrence, Mr. Outdoors, had a flat in the parking lot, and because of the ice, he couldn't get the jack under the vehicle out there, and so they had to call for help.
The professionals.
I mean, any other time, as I said, Weekly. I mean, Chris just pick up the truck with the left arm and change it with the right arm, but couldn't seem to get it taken care of.
That's true.
Best of luck. I just hope he doesn't ask me to give him a ride home because I don't like people in my car.
What? That's not true.
I would gladly help him if he needed it and he didn't.
He could sit in the back seat.
Smell like deer urine.
Right.
All right, what you got on the show today?
Did you know that West Virginia has the lowest rents in the country?
I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that and landlords.
All right, rents and landlords and groundhogs. I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, have fun and love somebody.